Hi, I'm Anita from Needles and Hooks, and today I'm going to show you how I'm going to do my crocheted temperature blanket blocks. This is the color for my border around each month, and the top and the bottom and the sides. It is in a light gray, but as you can see, the lighting and my little web camera here blows this out, so I can't show you how I do it with using this color. And this I'm using Red Heart Super Saver Jumbo in light gray. So I'm going to show you how to make this block. I'm going to bring it up so maybe you can see it better. Maybe the camera will adjust, probably not. It's done on the diagonal, and it's just 12 rows. That's it. That's all it is. So these blocks work up super quick. So I'm going to set this aside, and I'm going to use this brownish color to show you how I make it. And you'll need a pair of scissors. And the hook I'm using is a size I9 5.5 millimeter hook. So I'm going to go ahead and start by making a slip knot. And I'm going to wrap it around my index finger and my middle finger. Pull that through underneath and then cinch it down. And then I'm going to pull the working yarn just a little bit. Not too far, otherwise you pull it all the way out and you have to start over again. So we got this on our hook, and I'm going to chain 2. 1, 2. Now in the second chain from the hook, we're going to put 2 single crochets. So insert your hook into the second chain from the hook, yarn over, pull up a loop, yarn over, pull through 2. And we're going to do it again in the same chain. Yarn over, pull up a loop, yarn over, pull through 2. And then we're going to chain 1 and turn. So we have 2 single crochets right here. We're going to do a single crochet increase into both of those stitches, turning 2 into 4. So insert your hook into the first single crochet, yarn over, pull up a loop, yarn over, pull through 2, and we're going to go back into that same single crochet, yarn over, pull up a loop, yarn over, pull through 2. And we're going to do the same one in this single crochet over here, yarn over, pull up a loop, yarn over, pull through 2, and again into that same single crochet, yarn over, pull up a loop, yarn over, pull through 2. And then we're going to chain 1 and turn. Now for this row, we're just going to increase on each side. So at the ends, we're going to do a single crochet increase, then single crochet across to the last single crochet, and then single crochet increase again. And we're going to turn 4 stitches into 6. We're going to increase in the first one. That's 1. Back into the same single crochet. That's 2. And we're going to single crochet in the next 2 single crochets. This will make 3. Get through both loops. 4. Now we got our last stitch right here. We're going to increase into that last one. So we got 4, 5, and back into that last stitch again to get 6. And then chain 1 and turn. Now we've got 6, we need to turn it into 8. So we're going to increase on the ends and single crochet evenly across to the last stitch. So we're going to increase in the first stitch. That's 1. Back into that same 1. 2. And we're going to single crochet across. 3. 4. 5. 6. And we're going to increase in the last one to take it to 8. 7. 8. And then chain 1 and turn. So we're going to take these 8 stitches and turn them into 10. So as before, we're going to increase in the first and last stitch and just straight single crochet through the middle of it. So we're going to increase. That's 1, 2. Pull some yarn out here. And we're going to go across. 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, and increase in the last stitch to take to 10, 9, back into the same one, 10. I'm going to chain 1 and turn. Now this will be our last increase round because we're just going to increase to 12 stitches. So it'll work up pretty quick. And decreasing is even quicker. So we're going to increase in the first, single crochet across to the last one, and then increase in the last one. So let's increase in the first one. That's 1. Dang it, missed it. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. We're increasing the last one. 11, 12. Then we'll chain 1 and turn. So we've got 12 stitches, and this is what it looks like when we set it down. Move my yarn out of the way. As you can see, it kind of like bows right there. That's perfectly normal. It will, if I bring this one back, it will straighten up. Yeah, you can't really see it. Can I get the, okay, it'll straighten back up once you do your decreases. So you won't see that kind of arc right there. So that's nothing to worry about. It's perfectly normal. I've made like a bazillion of these blocks already. So we are going to decrease. So on each end, we're going to take 12 back down to 10. So in order to decrease, I'm going to insert my hook into the first single crochet. I'm going to yarn over, pull up a loop. I'm going to go into the second one, yarn over, pull up a loop, and then yarn over, pull through all 3. That's 1 stitch. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, and we're going to decrease the last 2 the same way we did at the beginning. Insert our hook, yarn over, pull up a loop. Insert our hook into the last stitch, yarn over, pull up a loop, then yarn over, pull through all 3. Chain 1, turn. That's 10 stitches. Now we need to take 10 to 8. So we're going to decrease again in the first 2 stitches and the last 2 stitches of the row. And single crochet evenly through the middle. So I'm going to insert my hook, yarn over, pull up a loop. Then I'm going to go into the next stitch, insert my hook, yarn over, pull up a loop, yarn over, pull through 2. That's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Now we need to decrease the last two to take to 8. Insert your hook, pull up a loop. Wait, let's not mess this up. Insert our hook, yarn over, pull up a loop. Insert our hook into the last stitch, yarn over, pull up a loop, yarn over, pull through 3. Chain 1 and turn. As you can see, we're building the side. We're building across and up the side. So we're going to take 8 to 6. Insert your hook, pull up a loop. Next stitch, yarn over, pull up a loop, then yarn over, pull through all 3. That's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Now we need to decrease the last two to take it to 6. Yarn over, pull up a loop, insert your hook into the next stitch, yarn over, pull up a loop, yarn over, pull through all 3. Chain 1 and turn. Now we need to take 6 to 4. And it's the same all the way across. So insert your hook, yarn over, pull up a loop, insert your hook into the next stitch, yarn over, pull up a loop, yarn over, pull through all 3. That's 1, 2, 3. Now we need to decrease the last 2 stitches as we have been doing. Insert your hook into the next stitch, yarn over, pull up a loop, then insert your hook into the last stitch, yarn over, pull up a loop, yarn over, pull through all 3. Chain 1 and turn. Now this one we have to decrease one right after the other. Since there's 4 stitches left, I'm going to insert our hook, yarn over, pull up a loop, and then insert into the next stitch, and then yarn over, pull up a loop, yarn over, pull through all 3. And we're going to do it right again just after that one. Insert your hook, yarn over, pull up a loop, insert it into the last stitch, yarn over, pull up a loop, yarn over, pull through all 3. Then chain 1 and turn, and we're going to decrease this last stitch. Insert our hook into the first single crochet, yarn over, pull up a loop. In the last stitch, yarn over, pull up a loop, yarn over, pull through all 3. And we are going to fasten this off. So I'm going to cut my end right here. And the way I'm fastening these off on this is I'm just going to wrap my tail around the hook and then pull it through and cinch it down. And that is one block done. And you get into a rhythm and you can like bust these out really, really quickly. So that's how you do the solid block. Now the multicolored blocks will be the same, except halfway through before you get to decreasing, you will change color. So let's do that real quick. And I'm going to use this yarn again, and I have another scrap ball of yarn. It's in a blue, so you can see. So I'm going to do this super quick, and you can watch as I do it. If I can get this working properly. There we go. Two. Okay, now I can I don't have to concentrate too much now, so I'm just going to increase up to 12 stitches. Now I'm on the last increase round, and I'll show you how to change colors. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, maybe 10, 11. Okay, I'm going to insert my hook to increase. I'm going to yarn over, pull up a loop, and then I'm going to cut this color, and I'm going to bring in the new color. So we've got our tail cut off on our first color. Now I'm going to take this yarn and I'm going to wrap it over my hook, and I'm going to pull it through. And then I'm going to go ahead and chain 1. I'm also going to tie a knot. If you don't like tying knots, you can do whatever it is you like to do. I'm going to tie a knot because that's what I do. And I'm not going to cinch it down on the first pull through the knot. I'm going to just double knot it like that. Okay, and now we're going to turn, and I'm going to start decreasing. So it's the same as the solid color block, but just changing colors. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Decrease in the last 2. It's 10. Chain 1. Turn. I'm going to take it to 8. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, decrease, 8, chain 1, turn, 8 to 6, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Haha, almost messed up. 2, 6. 6. Chain 1. And 6 to 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 4 to 2. 1. Decrease again. 2. Chain 1, turn, decrease the last 2. Take 2 to 1, and there it is. Scissors, cut the tail, yarn it over, and fasten it off. And you'll need a yarn needle to weave in your ends. So that is how a 2-color block will work on this. And for my temperature blanket, when I start my blocks, the low temperature that I have for my area will be what I start with, and the high will be what I end with. And if you're watching the right-handed crochet one, it's going to be like opposite. Mine, I'm left-handed, so my blocks are going to go up and to the left, with the diagonal going from the top right to the bottom left. So my low temperature is over here, my high temperature is over there. If you're seeing it the opposite way, it's going to go the opposite direction. But that's how I'm going to do mine, and you can do yours however you wish if you want to follow along with me. You don't have to if you don't want to. That's fine. You can make your temperature blanket however you want to do it. This is how I'm going to do it for my crochet one. So I also have, I can show you real quick how to sew them together. I crochet them. You can absolutely hand stitch these together. I was just trying to avoid it. So this is a solid block, and I want to join them with the wrong sides together because I want texture on the top of my blanket, and this is what's it's going to give me. So I'm probably not gonna, the way I'm doing it, it's not gonna be conducive for me to crochet the ends in. I will have to use a yarn needle and weave them through somewhere. But I'm gonna take the same crochet hook and I'm gonna use, not this yarn, I'm gonna bring back the brown yarn. And I'm going to make a little slip knot and put it on my hook. And I'm going to go make sure it's the wrong sides are together. You want your right sides on the front and the right side facing on the back when you flip them over. So I'm going to try and do this the best that I can. It's not easy. So I'm going to insert my hook into like the topmost stitch that I can get to. So which would be this like ending side before you decrease on this block, and then over here on the corner of that block. And I'm going to yarn over, pull up a loop, yarn over, pull through two. And I'm going to go across. I'm going to get this tail out the way because I don't believe I can get it to where it's not going to be like showing on the front. So I'm going to insert my hook into a row that I can see. And this is like kind of difficult because their rows aren't like your normal back and forth crochet rows. They are on a diagonal, so it's a little difficult sometimes to see it. I'm going to yarn over. I'm single crocheting these together and pull through two. And I'm going to keep going across and inserting my hook to where I feel like it should be. So I'm going to put it right here. Yarn over, pull through both pieces, and then pull. Wait, hang on. I don't think I did that right. Let's try this again. Insert my hook through both blocks, yarn over, pull up a loop, and yarn over, pull through two, because I'm single crocheting them together, not slip stitching. And I'm going to go into this right here on this block, and I'm going to try and get it to where it's like in the same area on the second block. It's a lot easier to put these together when you're like, it's right up in your face and you can see what you're doing. It's kind of difficult to do it under a camera, but we will persevere. And I'm going to do it again. Insert my hook there. Find the next good spot on the other block. Yarn over, pull up a loop. Yarn over, pull through both loops. I'm going to keep going, because the thing I'm trying to avoid when I'm crocheting these blocks together is the dip that you get if you don't line it up well enough. And I've had that happen. Sometimes you can get away with not having to mess with it, but I like to not have to deal with it later. So we're just going to continue on to the end over here, and I think I might have screwed it up, but we'll see. I'll open it here in a sec, and I'm going to do that now. See, this is what you're trying to avoid, is that extra little, like, further up, it's not lined up properly. So I'm going to take the last two stitches out, and we're going to try and fix that. Okay, so I'm just going to go back into the same stitch here on this. That way I have two stitches I can deal with. Because sometimes you just don't get it lined up properly, and that's okay. You can always fix it. So I just went in through the same. I'm going to insert my hook, go into this spot right there, yarn over, pull up a loop, yarn over, pull through two. We'll try it again. See, now You can get sort of decently lined up. Pull through 2. Open it. See it? Yeah, it kind of, you can kind of fudge it. This is the wrong side to be looking at anyway. All these tails are all over the place. So that's how I'm going to put them together. I'm going to have this as a design feature, and I'm going to do it with each block across the months and the borders. And then once I get like 6 months done, I can actually do the same thing with the blocks. It's going to go January, February, March, April, May, June, and so on. And it's going to go 3 across and 4 down. 3 months across, 4 months down to give us our 12. I do not know how big this blanket is going to end up being. I'm thinking it's going to be a good sized blanket. It will be larger than a throw. I'm sure of it, because it's only 3 across and 4 down. So this is basically how I'm going to do my blocks, and I will have weekly progress videos on everything. I can show you what I've done so far. I've gotten, if I can reach, and I don't know how well this is going to show up on camera. This is January. These are all my border blocks, and I can, like, I'll do it. Let's see, February. Let me take. I've got January and February, the blank solid blocks completed. And I've even sewed quite a few of them together, so I'm gonna open up the January one. And I also bought the wrong bag, so I had to cut the bottom off of one, the top off a second one, and tape them together. So I had enough of them. I also put what week they're on, so I'm not messing it up. I'm trying to get to the one that I did both together. I think it's this one. If I can get it out of the bag. Okay. Set that there. These are 2 rows put together. And it looks like this. This is week 6 and the bottom border. And it's not getting all in frame, but you can see I've crocheted them on the outside together. Though I did not get them properly. They kind of lay down flat down on one side, and that's my fault for doing that. I have all these ends. That's gonna be so much fun. But anyway, this is how I'm going to do it. Stitched them together. Now the black blocks are put together with the black yarn. The gray, if it's a gray border on the bottom, the last row, I'm gonna use the gray to sew those 2 sections together. And each empty ones, these are just 2 single ones by themselves, because it's just a border and then 7 days. So we have my top border here with all the wonderful ends sticking out and everything, but this is how I'm gonna do it. And I don't really like it, but I've committed to it, and that's how I'm gonna go. I'm just gonna be a big girl and do it how I started it. I'm too far in to change it now. So that's how you do those blocks and sew them together. If you have any comments, questions, or suggestions, please leave them in the comment section below, and I will see you in the next video. Bye-bye for now.